Hey everybody, we're back for another episode of Kerbal Space Program Rocket Edition. Today I'm going to be trying to build a satellite and see if I can get into a full orbit of Earth. Hopefully I do a good job. This is actually episode 2. Last episode where I showed you guys where the pyramids was is counting as episode 1 for the Rocket Edition. Hope no one minds that. If you do, well then, oh well, sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. Vehicle assembly building, and then we'll just start from here. Now, if you missed last episode, then you did not get to see this. This is what I visited the pyramids in. It is just a basic orbital rocket. Like it's made to go into orbit and then drop down. And I don't throw it into full orbit. I just get it halfway and then drop this down to the planets. But let's scratch that and go for a real rocket this time. So I'm just going to start with the command pod MK1, drag this all the way to the top, and then we'll just start from here. So obviously we need an SAS module, but I'm going to actually put that underneath, yeah, the decoupler. I wasn't sure about this decoupler because, you know, it's kind of like this same thing but smaller, but I do believe there's one other one that's almost the same as that. I think it's this one, yeah. Yeah, so that matches. For the parachute, let's see. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? We're making a satellite. I need to choose the Sputnik for my command pod. You guys can see right here, Sputnik MK2. Man, this game's kind of loud. Okay, so I'm gonna use some basic fuel tanks, but first, I need a body for this thing. I'll just use some of these to Pro Body. OKTO. Don't know if you guys know what these are. These are just, these are all satellite pods. You can start with just this. You don't need to start with any of that. And it works really well just to use this as a body for the Sputnik, so you can build everything around it. So let's zoom in a bit, and I'll just name this one Sat for satellite. Yeah, so this should be good. So let's go straight into science, where the stuff you know we need is. I'm gonna put one of these on top. If you guys don't know what this is, it's basically a satellite array. Down at Earth, you can get a signal at your tracking station if you have one of these on there. And then I'm gonna just put, you know, one of these little things on both sides. Let's see what I put over here. I put that box, so I'll put one of these up here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna go to utility, and you can see there's all these things down here. This is actually a solar panel, and so are these, and these. But for the purpose of getting just the coolest looking one, I'm gonna use these, the Gigantor. I'm actually going to use 2 of them, so it looks like a real satellite. And I'll show you guys what it looks like in a minute. We'll go and I'll show you what it looks like just like on the field. I'm going to put 2 of these up here just in case these are out of the sun's view. Put 2 of these like that, just so we can get a little bit of extra charge. Yeah, that'll look good. Let's raise these up a little bit. There we go. And then we're gonna need some batteries. So let's see, where are the batteries? There's the Z400 and then the Z100. This is just, it only has 100 charge, and obviously this has 400. It's just based on the number in their name. So I'm gonna put, sorry about that, I'm gonna put 2 of these. So I'm gonna put 1 on each side, and that'll get it charged up. Are these lined up? Yeah, they should be. Yeah, they are. So those should charge up pretty nicely. And actually I'm going to make it look a little bit nicer. I'm going to take some of these illuminators, flip these over, and these will point up, so you'll be able to see this lit. And I'll put some of these here and here. These are basically just light bulbs. I'm going to move this to the top. Wow, that is, who needs that many? I wonder how many of these things you need when you get to the planet that's basically Pluto, because you can put a shit ton of them. Okay, so yeah, these are just gonna light up not the rocket, the satellite, and these will light it up that way, just so you can see everything when you're in space. Because when you're in space, it actually does look kind of weird when you can't see anything. It's kind of just like a black shape, and no one likes that. And then I'm gonna let's put a parachute. Here, let me try and put a parachute right under here. Put that right about there. Yeah, so then if this thing does fall out of the sky, maybe it'll slow down enough that we can grab it. I'm gonna put it on both sides. That's a really weird way to have the parachute on there, but if it sticks, you know. Actually, no, yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, so now we have the actual basic satellite. It looks a little bit packed, but you know, it's not gonna matter how much is on there at one time. So then we'll go straight back into stuff like stack decouplers. So this is actually too big. So we need an even smaller decoupler. We need something to come off of here. Let's see. Maybe if I extend the body a bit, make it a little bit longer, and then put that on there. Let's see. What's the difference between these? The TR-18D stack separator was originally designed as an explosive cutting tool. Okay, so this pushes it apart, and that just lets go. I think we'll just use the normal ones that just let go. We don't need any pushing force yet. And then we'll go into propulsion. So now we need it to actually fly, so... I like to use this engine instead of this one, because even though it's weaker by even just 15, it's barely anything, this one's actually way more fuel efficient for some reason. So then we'll go into, where is it? Yeah, propulsion right here. You see these are the roundified monopropellant tanks. These are just RCS tanks, fancy ones. And I'm going to put a set down here and a set up here. This way it'll be lined up. And then I can find the RCS, where's that? That's in control. And put 4 up here and 4 down here. This basically lets you turn easier in space, the RCS, when it's set up like this. Because instead of it just being like this will push you forward, back, or side to side, it'll tilt like this will push this forward, and this way, like back. So then the entire ship turns on its side in different angles like that. So that works better than most things. So then we'll go to structural again. We'll get another stack decoupler. Actually, I want to see something real quick. The stack separator. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. The TR-2V stack decoupler is a miniature detachment utility for small rockets and space probes. Okay, so that's really small. This is for basically like the tiniest possible ship you can make, but we don't need that. So I'll just use this. I bet that would fit onto there, but we don't need that even, because this works fine like that. So then we'll go to the next stage. Now, I like to go straight to a really large size, and you can use this, or you can use this. But I actually like using this piece more. I don't know, it just flattens it out. It makes it easier to put like struts and such. So I'm gonna put that, and then I'm going to use, let's see, 1 Roxomax fuel tank, and pull this up higher. Yeah, 1 Roxomax, just regular fuel tank, the X200, and then I'm gonna use the Jumbo 64, this giant one. This is basically either 2 or 3 of these. Let's see. This has liquid fuel of 2,800, and this one has 1,400. So yeah, this is 2 of those. And it also has oxidizer. I'm not really sure what oxidizer does. Most of these engines don't run off of oxidizer. They run off liquid fuel, but a lot of them say oxidizer. I'm not really sure what that does though. So let's grab the best engine for this. We'll just do Jumbo engine basically, and then I will put the Jumbo decoupler. Actually, let's see. This forces separates it, right? Yeah, this should throw it, but actually no, that's not gonna look very good. So yeah, we'll just use this, and then let's lift it up even higher. This rocket's gonna be pretty freaking tall. It's almost in the roof. Yep, lifted it up all the way for this last step. So then this last one is basically gonna be the same thing but with more power. So we're gonna put this on there, this on there, this on there, and now this time, to make sure we can get extra high, we're gonna put 4 more of these on the side. So sometimes they won't attach, you just kinda gotta look from above and it'll snap on there. But for aerodynamics reasons, I like to put these on here. They just look nice. So let's see, what's next? Propulsion, right, put the engines on there. Now that we have the engines on there, this whole thing should fly. But when you're on the, what's it called? When you're on the launch pad over there, it might fall over because it's very tall. And these engines tend to be very loose, so I'm actually going to use some of these stability enhancers for launching, and that should work. Now I'm trying to see, what else could we be missing? What are we missing? Did I put an SAS module on there? I don't think I did. No, I did not. I'm gonna need one of those, so I'm gonna actually go in up here, take this off to the side, and go to control and get the advanced SAS module and put that on there, and then snap this thing back together. Okay, so this thing should be good, so I'm gonna name this at test 1, and we're gonna see how it works. So yeah, let's get out there. Okay guys, so we're out here now. I'm just gonna go straight off the bat and turn on my SAS. Let's see, this thing is pretty freaking tall. I have a feeling I might have to get rid of this stage and put these up here just by the looks of it. It's like a giant ass sky needle at this point. It's huge, and it's actually lifted up pretty well. So let's see, I actually want it to use these engines at the same time as this engine, so it can throw me even further. So I'm gonna have to come over here, drag this down, and I'm actually gonna give, let's see, no, that should be good. So I'm gonna throttle up all the way, and real quick before I fly, I'm just gonna do a quick check. These engines are all on the same layer, then it's going to separate this, then after that it'll separate that, then it'll go to this engine, then this engine, and then it should just be the satellite. So we should be able to get all the way up to the very last stage with one clean flight. But these red things are off to the side a bit. If it does not work, I'll move these straight, just because some people's OCD is probably killing them right now. So let's check my map. I'm gonna try and do a horizontal what's it called, orbit, and if I can't, then I'm gonna try and do a vertical orbit, because if you get kind of a weird shaped orbit, it's actually really easy. When you get to the highest point or the lowest point, you can go straight up or straight down, and it'll actually adjust your orbit so it's vertical or horizontal based on like which direction you go. So yeah, let's get straight into the flight. Oh, you guys can see there's the planes at the runway, the little trophy planes and stuff like that, and we should be good. So let's take this thing off. Whoa, that does not look very structurally sound. Yeah, this isn't flying very well. Oh, damn. Okay, so I already know there's going to be problems because of that. So I'm actually going to go into the assembly building, and we're going to put some struts, try and hold this thing together. So we're going to go to structural, and I'm actually going to grab some of these, the EAS4 strut connector. I just called it the EZ4 strut connector. Turn this on to symmetry 4, and then this should stick on all 4 sides. Why isn't it? Let me try this again. There we go. I'm going to do the same with the tip of the rocket. I'm actually going to put one in here and try and stick this about there. That should hold it together from there. And then out here, I actually have to do it again. I've had to do this before where I have to go like this. So I'm actually gonna see if there's a way to get this connected here. Maybe I need to lower those. Let me lower these. Because if this isn't all stuck together nicely, it'll tear apart in flight. And with the overheating, then we can't really slow down at the right time and such. It's all kind of dangerous. Why is that doing that? Oh, there we go. Needed to put more on top. Wouldn't it be cool if I could stick it to like up here? Gonna put that there. Yeah, that's good. Then I'm gonna put one from here almost all the way up. Can I go all the way up? Oh, yes, I can. There we go. Okay, so that should hold it together pretty well. Why'd I grab that? But there was one other thing I just realized I forgot. Okay, these fuel ducts, what I'm going to do is hook them up in, you have to do it in this order if you're going to build this rocket. Put it to the outside tank, then the inside tank. You can see the little arrows. That's basically the fuel in this inside tank, as you're flying, is sent to this inside tank. So basically, these will run out first, and then when they detach, this will take over. That way that this has extra fuel while you're flying, so that you can get even higher up in the air. Now, you're probably thinking, well, either way, it's the same amount of fuel. This just works better because there's less weight and more time up in the air. So that should work. I'm gonna fix these red things because those were bugging the shit out of me. I think I'm gonna put these a little bit higher. There we go. So let's zoom out and you can see this sky needle of a rocket that I have built at this point. Whoa, I can see above the roof. That's glitchy. That's really glitchy. Okay, so let's come back down here and I'll save, and then let's try again for a launch. Clear launch pad and proceed. And this should work. So I'm going to turn on SAS straight off the bat, just like I did last time. Going to drag this engine down here, because I forgot to do that again. Turn up the throttle all the way, and... Okay, so we should be good from here. I turned down the throttle to a little bit less than the T in throttle, just because that makes it fly better. Sorry if the rocket sound is annoying. I can zoom out, it'll get a little quieter. You guys can see it from here. Watch that overheat meter real quick. Gonna check my height. I think that is us. Yeah, that is us. Sat test 1. Okay, so we're getting pretty good. Okay, so we're getting pretty good distance right now. I think that we should be able to get into orbit on one of our first few tries with this. I'm gonna try and give it a lot more power, wait for that overheat to get really high, and then just drop it down now. And then turn it back up. I'll just give it a little extra push. And we should be flying good from here. Let's see, these liquid fuel tanks are about to run out, so I have to watch them so I can detach. So let's get a little closer. And detach those. Hopefully we're still flying. Flying still. We're still straight. We're still doing good. Let's see. Is my Ep.6 going down or up? It's still going up. Okay, so we're still good. Still doing good. And then once we switch to this stage, we're home free for this one. So I'm gonna try and give it a little extra power, just long enough that we can push just a little bit more out the atmosphere before the overheat meter goes too high. Oh, I can actually do it right about here. There we go. That's going up really slowly. Turn it down a bit. There we go. Right here we can let the overheat stay up. While it's overheating, it actually does burn extra fuel, so technically this isn't the best thing to do, but I kind of need the extra speed since there's a lot of stages. So I'm going to turn this down now, let the overheat go down, and I'm going to check my map. I want that to be at least, let's see, 100,000 maybe? I can get there, and then we'll whip out. Or I can get to maybe, I don't know, like 80, 70. It just needs to be higher, because anything above 30, your orbit decays way slower. If you're under 30, your orbital decay maybe the first or second orbit around. If you're over 30, then your orbit might not decay until your 30th run around, depending on how much higher than it is. And that engine just exploded. Let's see, how high did we get? We got pretty high. I guess I could just test fly it. Let's turn off the SAS, turn on RCS. Let's try and hold it still for a second. Come on, hold still. Okay, so let's see, we're going that way. Okay. So I'm going to turn off SAS and I'm going to push us over there. And if we're pointing that way, and this is strong enough, this stage, then we can actually... Then let's point like that. And then we can see how strong this stage actually is. So... let's go. Now I'm sure some of you noticed that I didn't put wings on that rocket. I just realized that just now. That was probably why the stage was shaking so much. Because it didn't have any control other than the actual balance of the rocket. I don't know how far this stage is going to get us. If we were higher up, it would have gotten us much further. So, I mean, we can at least test it. Maybe I can get to that island or so. Let's see. I kind of want to speed time up just a bit. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, let's just speed it up just a bit more. Yeah, we're coming down. So I'm actually going to go back into play, let go of that stage, and I guess I could try and save this stage into the ocean. That's just going to slam somewhere way out there. Wherever the hell that's going to land. It'll probably land really close by, actually. You can see it on the map. It's still right next to us. Let's try and fast forward this shit like crazy. And we're slowing down a lot. A lot. Okay. When to open the parachutes? Maybe now. Okay, so... I mean, we can at least land in the water safely. But that was just a test flight. That's just test number 1. So we need to make it a little bit more structurally sound. Maybe add some wings, and then we can go a little bit further. Yeah, so... This is going to fast forward for a second. I'll probably cut this part out. You guys probably don't want to see it take 5 minutes to get towards the water. Yeah, this is way further from the water than I thought it was. Oh, no, actually it's not. No. Now we just have some floating pod shit in the water. Great. Yeah, I'll show you guys what these panels look like since we're out here. Now, I'm surprised we didn't explode instantly. Look, this thing's just gonna float here now, so I guess I'm just gonna end flight. The tracking station, we can see it. Where is it? Where is it? Shouldn't it be somewhere out here? Nope, it deleted it from the tracking station. Yeah, so it thinks it crashed. I mean, it's still floating out there. I'm sure if I fly over, I'll see the thing. Okay, so let's see. What was messed up last time? Right, wings. First thing. So let's put some of these Delta Deluxe winglets. These work really nicely. And I'm going to move these red things over. Because now they have to be moved over so that the winglets can work. And I'm going to put some winglets up here. These are a little bit off-sided. Okay. Angle snaps, that'll fix it. There we go. Now let's do that to these winglets too. There we go. Now that's straight. No one likes to see the wings all over the place. It frustrates so many people. It frustrates me. I'll put these there. And then, let's see, we need to be a little bit more, like, structurally sound. So I guess I could take this and hook it there. And then take this and hook it there. So now it's actually hooked onto every layer. Because this one's really just hooked up here. Okay, so now it should be good. I doubt that's too much weight, and even if it is, we have so much power that it shouldn't matter. Last time the engine exploded, that's the only reason we really we didn't get out there, so. Sorry about that. Stretching. Okay, turn on the SAS. Throttle up to the T. Oh, I just got one of the little sticky keys notifications. Sorry about that, if you guys saw that. And we should be good. Oh, one thing I keep forgetting. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's flying much smoother. Now, I'm not sure how much extra fuel this is going to take up. But I do know that I can get just high enough and then lower it just a bit so we can probably get going really fast. I just realized on my last flight, if you get your rocket going over 400 and it's not made of certain pieces, it explodes. Certain engines explode when you're going 400 ms, which is this right here, meters per second on the surface meter. So maybe we were going too fast for the engines. Yeah, right now we're getting kind of high. Turn that down a bit. Probably turn that down even more. I don't want to turn it down any more than this, but I might have to. No, because I'm going to drop these engines off. Just a second. Here they come. Now I drop those off. Oh god, I'm going to have to slow down now. Look how fast my ship is going now. I need to get to a steady speed. I think right about here in the O. Sorry, that keeps coming up. That stupid sticky keys monitor. Okay, so I think right about here in the O should be good. No, that's slowing down too much. Where do I need to be? Right about here's good? That's not good enough. Right here. I'm staying at about 155 here. Damn, sticky keys. No, I don't want you to turn on. A sticky keys notification comes up every time I hit shift now. Okay, so my overheat meter's getting kind of high. If that gets any higher, I'll turn this down just a bit. And there it goes, it exploded. Why did that break? Let me see, what did we get this time? What did we get this time? Okay, we only got 23 this time. Why is that exploding? Maybe that's not holding on tight enough. We'll probably need more, not down here, but we actually need, oh god, no. That is horrible. Control Z. I'm just letting you guys know real quick, Control Z, like undo on Windows computer, actually works. You can actually click undo and undo what you've done to the rocket. Let's try putting this all the way down here, and then move this out the way, and stick this up here, make this four-sided, and I'm going to take off that, let's put a wing right in here. It'll skim right by the wing, but it won't actually touch the wing, which is a good thing. And then let's see, what do we put from here? I feel like we should take one of these, another one of these, put that there, and instead go like this. And then from here go like that. And that should hold it on pretty tight. That looks much better. Structure is weird in this game. Like, you can have beams crossing, like, from the left nose cone to the very top right satellite piece, and it'll hold it if that's what it really wants. That is some weird looking beams down the center right here. But, that's fine. So let's turn on SAS. Let's move this engine back down here. And let's get going again. Actually, I think that's the mark for this episode. Well, it looks like this is going to be a two-part episode. I'll see you guys next time, because I have to stop here. And hopefully the rocket works then. But SAT Test 1 gone pretty good. Hopefully Test 2 does just as good. So see you guys next time. Like, favorite, and subscribe for more.